the Snow Queen. After 2 long, exhausting days of rowing, Gerda finally set foot on land. This land was ruled by a very intelligent and kind princess who lived in a beautiful and magnificent castle. The castle stood proudly, shining with elegance and wealth. When Gerda reached the gate of the castle, she saw a crow sitting above it. The crow looked down at her and asked,
"Where are you going, little girl?"
I am looking for my friend. His name is Kay. Have you seen him?
The crow thought for a moment and then spoke again.
A clever boy, you say? You should know that our princess has just chosen a prince. She tested many young men and selected the smartest one.
Hearing this, Gerda felt a sudden hope rise in her heart. Kay was clever, and she believed he could be the one chosen. The crow noticed her excitement and said that the new prince might indeed be the boy she was searching for.
If your friend is truly clever, he could be the one chosen by the princess.
Then please, let me see him. I must know.
It then offered to guide her inside the castle to see him. That night, the crow led Gerda through the castle gates. They passed through the great hall and followed a long passage that led to the bedroom of the princess. Everything was quiet and still. When the door was opened, Gerda saw the princess and the prince sleeping. She stepped closer and asked softly, "Kay, is that you?" The prince and the princess woke up at once. They looked at the girl with surprise. As Gerda looked at the prince, she immediately knew that he was not Kay.
Forgive me, Prince and Princess. I was mistaken.
Gerda then told them about her long journey and her lost friend. The princess listened carefully and said,
"You are very brave to travel so far for a friend."
Both the prince and the princess were deeply moved. They saw that Gerda was a brave girl who truly valued friendship. They ordered their servants to prepare several chests for her journey. Inside were food, clothes, a few gold coins, and helpers to travel with her. Gerda thanked the prince and the princess sincerely. Soon after, she left the castle and continued her journey, still searching for Kay. Her journey was not yet over. After leaving the castle, Gerda continued her journey. Soon the road led her into a deep forest, where tall trees stood close together and winter seemed to last forever. Suddenly, the carriage was surrounded by robbers who jumped out from behind the trees. There was confusion and fear. The servants were forced away, and the carriage was taken. Gerda herself was captured and brought into the forest. The robbers took her to their camp, hidden deep among the snowy trees. There lived an old robber woman who looked fierce and frightening. She wanted to get rid of the little girl, but her daughter, the robber girl, stopped her.
I like her. She will stay with me.
So Gerda was kept in the robbers' camp in the middle of the winter forest. Snow covered the ground, and the nights were long and cold. In the camp, the robber girl owned many strange animals. She had white doves and sparrows, which fluttered above her bed. She also kept a reindeer from the far north, tied nearby so it could not escape. One night, as Gerda sat quietly, she spoke to the robber girl and told her about Kay and her long journey.
You are not afraid? Why do you travel so far? I must find my friend. I cannot stop.
Later, when the camp was silent, the white doves whispered softly.
We have flown far north.
We saw a boy traveling in a sled with the Snow Queen.
Gerda listened closely, her heart beating fast. The reindeer lifted its head and spoke as well.
I know those lands. The Snow Queen has a palace near the North Pole, where snow and ice never end.
When the robber girl heard everything and saw Gerda's tears, her wild heart softened.
You may go. Take the reindeer. It will carry you north.
Even though her mother argued, the robber girl untied the reindeer and gave Gerda warm clothes and food.
Do not forget me.
I won't. Thank you for helping me.
Gerda climbed onto the reindeer's back, and together they set off, crossing wide fields of snow, heading farther and farther north. Her journey continued. Gerda and the reindeer traveled day and night across the frozen land. The snow lay thick and white, and the wind grew sharper as they moved farther north. At last, they reached a small, lonely place where a tiny hut stood among the snow. This was the home of the Lapland woman. Her house was made of animal skins and looked warm and simple. She welcomed Gerda and the reindeer inside. The Lapland woman listened carefully to Gerda's story. Then she took a piece of seal skin covered with strange writing and read it slowly by the fire. From these signs, she learned about the Snow Queen's path and her journey through the northern lands.
You are on the right road, but I cannot help you much. My magic is small.
She explained that Gerda must travel farther north to the house of the Finnmark woman, who knew more about the Snow Queen.
She lives near the ice. She will understand what you need.
After resting a little, Gerda climbed back onto the reindeer and they continued their journey. Soon they reached the home of the Finnmark woman. Her house was strange and strong, almost carved directly out of the rock. Snow and ice surrounded it, and the air felt very still. The Finnmark woman welcomed them calmly. She already knew much about the Snow Queen, the magic mirror, and the cold power it held. The reindeer stepped forward and spoke with concern.
Please, give the girl strong magic so she can reach the Snow Queen and save her friend.
The Finnmark woman shook her head gently.
I cannot give her greater magic. She does not need it.
She looked at Gerda with warm eyes.
Your strength is already with you. It comes from your innocent heart, your loyalty, and your persistence. That power is stronger than any spell.
Gerda listened quietly, feeling both small and brave at the same time. Before they left, the Finnmark woman wrote a letter and tied it to the reindeer.
This will help you travel safely. Go on without fear.
With new courage, Gerda thanked the Finnmark woman. Then she and the reindeer set off once more, heading toward the Snow Queen's land. The cold grew stronger, but Gerda's heart was steady and warm. Her journey was almost at its end. Gerda and the reindeer finally reached the Snow Queen's palace. It was built entirely of snow and ice. Tall pillars rose like clear crystal, and the walls shone with a pale, frozen light. The windows were not made of glass, but of frozen wind, cold and sharp. Around the palace stood giant snowflakes, slowly moving as if they were alive. These living snowflakes guarded the palace, silent and watchful. Gerda felt the great cold around her, but she did not stop. She whispered a quiet prayer and walked forward. The snow guards stepped aside and she passed through unharmed. Inside the palace lay the black ice lake. Its surface was broken into perfect shapes, fitting together like a strange puzzle. Beyond the lake was the cold mirror room, where the wind howled softly. There, Gerda saw Kay. Kay sat alone, trying to fit small pieces of ice together to form the word eternity. This was the task the Snow Queen had given him. His heart was frozen, and he felt nothing at all. He did not think of Gerda or of the roses they once loved. Gerda ran to him and held him tightly. Her warm tears fell onto his chest. Slowly, the ice in Kay's heart began to melt. Kay started to cry, and his tears washed away the small piece of broken mirror in his eye. He looked at Gerda and finally recognized her. Together, they cried with joy. The Snow Queen did not appear. She was far away, riding the winter storms. Her palace no longer had power over Kay once his heart was free. Gerda and Kay left the palace on the reindeer's back, beginning their journey home. On the way south, they first visited the Lapland woman. She welcomed them warmly and smiled when she saw that Kay had returned to himself. They then travelled on to the Finnmark woman, who nodded wisely and wished them a safe journey back to the warm lands. Farther on, in the forest, they met the robber girl once again. She was still wild and rough, but she was glad to see that Gerda had succeeded.
You came back.
At last, Gerda and Kay reached their city. Spring had come. The snow had melted, flowers were blooming, and warm sunlight filled the streets. When the people of the town saw Gerda and Kay together, safe and healthy, they gathered around them with joy. Everyone was happy to see that the two children had returned at last. Gerda and Kay walked home hand in hand. They were older than before, but their hearts were warm and strong. And so, their long journey came to an end.